News at 6 with bail reform. It remains a hot topic across the community. In fact, it was a heated talking point during a Shelby County Commissioners meeting this morning. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Greg Hurst.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Skurlock. An 18-page report done looking into Shelby County's pretrial detention system was recently completed by the University of Memphis.
Yeah, there was a point of contention when some commissioners questioned a judge's decision to release a man without bond who'd been charged with shooting 4 people.
WREG's Jarita Patterson with more on what happened and reaction from the judge who is standing behind his decision.
The topic of bail had some county commissioners fired up Wednesday morning.
I think he has a screw loose.
The he Commissioner Mick Wright is referring to is General Sessions Court Judge Bill Anderson.
I wish he would trade in his robe for an orange jumpsuit because I think he is a threat to the public.
Strong words for what Commissioner Wright believes was a dangerous decision handed down by the judge last week to release from custody with no bond this man who's facing a dozen felony charges, including attempted second-degree murder. Deton Gunn is accused of shooting 4 people outside this Midtown restaurant in August. Days after his arrest, court records show Gunn went back before Judge Anderson, who decided the 30-year-old could go free, released on his own recognizance, meaning he did not have to pay. Unable to talk about this particular case, Judge Anderson responded over the phone to the commissioner's comment regarding his mental stability.
I'm not sure he's qualified to make those kind of determinations about anybody. I don't know what he does for a living, but I know he's not a neurologist.
This part of Wednesday's board meeting was centered around an 18-page report just released, conducted by the University of Memphis. Researchers studied years of data concerning the pretrial detention system. One of the findings reveals there has been an increase with the number of defendants released on their own recognizance, which again was the case for Deton Gunn. The county's lead commissioner distancing himself from that decision.
That was not a decision made by a judicial commissioner, and I'll leave it at that.
What Judge Anderson is not leaving alone is the fact he feels there's a game of politics being played.
I'm not a politician. I'm a judge. And being a judge is not a popularity contest.
There are steps when setting bond. The amount as well as which commissioner is responsible could soon be made public to you in an effort to be more transparent. Judge Anderson saying he welcomes change.
I operate under the laws of the state of Tennessee, under the 1974 or 78 Bail Reform Act. That's what I operate under. And any changes that are made subsequent to that, which recently there was a change, and I operate under that change.
For your news leader,
damned if we do and damned if we don't.
Jarita Patterson, WREG News Channel 3.
All right, trying to get to the bottom of things here. And Deton Gunn was scheduled to go back before Judge Anderson today. However, District Attorney Steve Mulroy has asked a higher court to review the case. Because of this, Gunn will likely have to appear in criminal court instead of General Sessions Court, where another judge will rule on the case. We'll keep you updated.